There's just something to say about this guy. Some fans love him, while other fans hate him. But who exactly is Colby Covington? Colby is undoubtedly one of the best UFC fighters in this era. He's been dominating the world of combat sports since he was just a little kid. You can call this man many names, but you can't call him a failure. Even in his successful career, he's been riding a tide of controversies that just seem to overshadow what a great fighter he truly is. His story is intriguing, and maybe he's just misunderstood by most people. Join us as we uncover the true story of Colby, who he really is off camera, his success in the UFC, and most importantly, his earnings for being such a good fighter. Let's jump right in. Colby Covington was born in Clovis, California on the 22nd of February 1988. His parents, Noel and Brad Covington, moved to Oregon from California when Colby was 8 years old. As a kid, Colby loved everything about fighting. He was a huge fan of pro wrestling icon Ric Flair. At just the age 9, he set his mind to become the best fighter in the world. Apart from his love for Ric Flair and pro combat, he was also inspired by his father Brad, who also wrestled as a young man. Colby knew he had the potential after he claimed many wrestling titles in high school, and was obviously better than the rest of his high school team. He decided to attend Arizona State University to fully start his wrestling career, but couldn't because his grades weren't good enough. He settled for the Iowa Central Community College, where he showed just how good he was. He won the 165-pound Junior Wrestling Championship by leaving with a 34-0 record. What's more interesting is that he achieved this as a freshman. He knew he could do more, so he transferred to the University of Iowa for their wrestling program, which is one of the biggest programs under the NCAA division. It all seemed to be going great for young Colby until he got into trouble with the authorities for driving under the influence. He regrettably messed up his smooth career sail and got suspended from the wrestling program at the University of Iowa. He ended up leaving the wrestling program at Iowa and transferring to Oregon State University for a fresh start. The good news is, he could continue his wrestling career, but the bad news? He opened another criminal charge against himself. Colby was cited for 4th-degree assault on 2 men after a verbal altercation. Thankfully, he wasn't charged, or anything, and successfully graduated with a degree in sociology back in 2011. After college, Colby was done with all the small boy stuff and decided to take his career seriously. He moved to South Beach, Florida, where he was recruited by Dan Lambert, the owner of the American top team for mixed martial arts. You see, just like I said earlier, Colby has always been different. Unlike many fighters who train and fight for years before getting into the UFC, Colby was just that guy that got it pretty easy. After holding a 5-win streak in MMA, he signed for the UFC in the summer of 2014. Entering the UFC was a golden opportunity, but it also changed Colby Covington's life forever. His first match was against Dong Hwan Kim. Hwan Kim was also another rookie at the time in the UFC, but no doubt he was good. Hwan Kim put up a good fight against Colby, but Colby had the upper hand in the match and claimed the victory. It was awesome, winning his first match in the UFC and announcing his entrance into the welterweight division. But something just wasn't right. Colby wasn't getting any attention at all. It was like the spotlight was evading him, despite being a phenomenal fighter in the division. No one just seemed to notice him enough. This played a big role in who Colby would become next. Not really paying attention to any of that, Colby kept pushing. His fight techniques improved, and his dominance in the UFC was outstanding. He craved the spotlight, and he finally got it. He was slated to co-main event a fight against a master and wizard at jiu-jitsu, Damian Maia, in Maia's country, Brazil. Have you ever received good and bad news at the same time? If you don't know what it feels like, here's a good example. After Colby was told he'd have the biggest fight of his career, he was told that no matter the outcome of the match, his contract with the UFC would get terminated. The only thing Colby did wrong was be a good guy. No one was willing to buy tickets to watch him win, because he wasn't sparking enough fire to entertain the audience. And just like anyone in his shoes would do, Colby simply said to himself, F being a good guy. Of course, he pulled off the biggest win in his career by completely battering Maia. It was massive. But what caught everyone's attention wasn't the win, it was the controversial post-interview he gave after the fight. He called Brazil a dump and everyone in it filthy animals. No jokes now, this was bad. People were literally trying to get into his hotel room to kill him. Somehow, this transformed his career because the UFC never called and his job was safe. From there, he went on a full-on rampage. And it's your time to go on a full rampage as well. Just scroll down, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any of our awesome videos. On the 9th of June 2018, Colby went head-to-head with Rafael dos Anjos for the interim UFC Welterweight Championship. It was also the first 5-round main event, different from the 3-round events he was used to. It was a tough brawl, but Colby Covington was able to tire out Rafael in the latter rounds and won by unanimous decision. The same guy who was almost cut from the division a few months ago was now the champion. It was simply unbelievable. However, another twist in his story came when he was forced to relinquish the title due to a nasal surgery he had to undergo. And on returning, he was back to where he started, unnoticed and ignored. But his title reign came with lots and lots of cash. He stacked up millions of dollars before he dropped the title. Here's a trick question. How much do you think he must have been earning, given that not many people were interested in him fighting in his early career? Well, before we delve into that, if you're a new subscriber to our channel, go to the comments section and comment "I subbed" to qualify for our new subscribers monthly giveaway. We appreciate you guys, so let's do this for you. Go subscribe and comment "I subbed" now. Like I was saying, Colby had amassed a lot of fortune from fighting in the UFC. From earning about $30,000 in his early good guy days to earning $500,000 in his better days really says a lot about his attitude switch. Colby now earns consistently 6 figures per fight. He's earned a total of $2,410,000 as salary for every match with the inclusion of sponsorship bonuses. This guy has got the cash. But what's the money without more power? Here's how Colby answered that. Colby made a return with a match against Robbie Lawler on the 5th of August 2019. This match is one of the best to date. Colby was attacking Lawler's body and throwing spinning kicks in between successful takedown attempts. Colby dominated the match so much, he set a record for the most strikes thrown in a UFC fight at 541. That's astounding. Despite having the money and the girls in his corner, Colby was faced with his biggest nightmare, Kamaru Usman. To be honest with you guys, this one was one of the scariest fight builds-up I have ever seen. It was utterly despicable, as Colby kept trash-talking Kamaru and his career. The height was when he made mention of Kamaru's dead coach Glenn Close. He said some really dirty things, which I can't particularly say here because it's YouTube, but it was awful. On the 14th of December 2019, Colby Covington went one-on-one against Kamaru Usman. The fight was captivating, and the entire crowd was immersed in it. It was worth the hype because these two gave it their all. Heavy punches with straight kicks that would have sent any lesser man down for a knockout. But somehow, they both stayed up and fought to the finish. Going into the 5th round, Kamaru gave a right punch that severely hurt Colby's jaw in the final minutes of the 5th round. Colby went down, and the referee ended the bout with Kamaru getting the win. Somehow, Colby still thinks that the referee gave him an unfair judgment in that match. Regardless of any of that, the fight was considered to be one of the greatest in UFC history. It was a huge loss, but he earned big from that fight. He bagged $500,000 for a wonderful showdown and a $50,000 bonus for having the fight of the night. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Well, if you are, you'd know Colby wasn't ready to go down as a loser. He demanded a rematch. And on the 6th of November 2021, Kamaru Usman would go again against Colby Covington for the 2nd time. It was way tougher than the first encounter, but somehow Kamaru Usman still got the better of Colby Covington. Although Usman attempted the finish by putting Covington down twice in the 2nd round with thunderous blows, Covington surged back with a spirited effort the rest of the way. Usman later sent Covington down to hell in the 2nd round with 2 powerful left hands, but Colby didn't give up. Although Colby fell down twice in the 2nd round, the fight went all 5 rounds, with Colby having a few good highlights of his own. After the match, the two actually showed respect for each other. Colby left that night saying we definitely haven't seen the last of him in the octagon, and I sure can't wait. Thanks for staying with us till the end, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.